Hey there, Commanders. Welcome back to another exciting Steel Division 2 match. I'm your host, Too Old for Gaming, and today we're playing on Brest West in a 10 versus 10. You can see I brought in the AR-234B2 to spot the enemy's equipment, and boy, do we have a lot of things heading our way. Today, I'll show you how to use Conf Group Walther to absolutely dominate and destroy the enemy. You're not going to want to miss this one, especially if you've been playing around with the new deck. More friendly aircraft coming in here, but we're getting pushed away by some light anti-aircraft fire. It looks like we get an M16 meat grinder down there, pushing us off. Our jet's still up, but he's going to get forced off here shortly. So just discussing our initial deployment here, and moving up some of these Fallschirmjäger teams into hold on to our point here. This is our point initially. Looks like the enemy team has moved up 2 liters first, not realizing that those cars are much faster than the rest of his team. I have a Jagdpanther here who can see down 2,000 meters, so we can cover the entry road. And then I've got an LG-42 who can also fire 2,000 meters. So anybody coming through this way is already cut off. I'm moving some Erkadungs up to this area along with an Fallschirmjäger team. These guys are only 20 points because they come with a single machine gun. Now, instead of some of the other AT guns available in this, I switched this deck up recently and brought in the Pak-36R. I wanted to use their indirect fire capability to supplement my equipment here, and I figured I have enough tank killing capability in a Jagdpanther to not really worried about that 130 millimeters of penetration. So I think this is a good move. They fire pretty fast, and I'm going to use it to take out this M576. And there's no radios, though, so I guess that's the only downfall. So we're already pushing them off with our 1919 A6 light machine guns. You can see some more enemy equipment coming in this way. It looks like a platoon of T-34-85s and some 50 cal half-tracks. That M3 almost dead from the ZIS-3 capture gun we've got. Now, one big piece of advice is if you see a hole in the enemy's defenses at the beginning of a match, be aggressive and take it. You'll never have a better opportunity to take ground, and my goal is to just wipe them out in here as fast as I can, which means I need to get up here, and we need to cut off that intersection. Jagdpanther bouncing those M10 shells, which aren't going to do anything against its 140 millimeters of frontal armor. 55 on the side, though, so these things can easily be sniped from the side by about anything. Always keep that in mind when you're dealing with these heavy tanks or tank destroyers. So he's being cautious not to push forward, and I noticed we didn't have a lot of defense in the town. I just stuck a single MG-34 team in here with a Panzerfaust. And we had a lot of AT guns here. I'm walking my other Pak-36R up to the front line. M2A1 half-track is destroyed as he was almost pinning down our Fallschirmjäger team here. And I'm using more of the indirect fire because we ran out of high explosive shells over here. I did drop an attack beacon saying, guys, let's just take advantage. Keep pushing forward. Right now, we're still locked in at a 14-14, but we've definitely inflicted a lot of casualties on this enemy. And they're moving forward without any reconnaissance up against some Pak-38s. So at that range, they should be able to knock them out. Let's have a Jeep right here. I'm not sure if you can spot them yet. But they're going to be at a terrible angle trying to come up this hill. Probably should have smoked this area if he was going to do an armored push. But again, I set up AT guns right here to cut him off. There's no way he's getting up here. Now without an off-map suppressing everything. So we're down to 1 man left on the M5, and the Jagdpanther does the coup de grace, knocking him out. And again, these guys are super cheap at 20 points, so I'm going to move in 5 squads up here. We'll keep pushing these zones. M10's just running into a brick wall. Guys, don't try to take on a Jagdpanther from the front, please. You're just going to keep dying. So our Fallschirmjäger team somehow getting spotted here and hit. And here comes in, I think these are Calliopes, the 114 millimeter rockets. So that's good. He already lost a few units before he did that. I'm not sure he's going to fare any better running into the Stug at the top of the hill in the Pac 36R, though. We'll see. Is he going to stop or keep going? Looks like the Stug 3 can get a beat on him. Gets a penetration, but so does the T-34-85. And the Stug 3 is destroyed. These guys are double-vetted. We've got the 9D half-tracks firing their 75mm short howitzers at that M5. Almost got them fully suppressed. Those things are pretty fun. Another Pac-38's destroyed, so we're still dealing with 2 tanks here. He's retreating, though. If he were to come up further, I bet I'd side shot and kill him off. And if he went in the town, we'd absolutely blow him up with the Panzerfaust. So I'm moving these teams forward. I'm going to move up these awesome recon squads with their 6G 43s and 3 PPSHs and grenade bundles. Keep putting pressure on the enemy here. We don't have any tanks down here. We need this guy to move up a Stug 3, and wow, right as I say it, he's doing exactly what we need. So that's some good team play there. M4105, biggest risk to all our infantry out here, but I think we could easily take him down. More M10s coming in, and the armored rifles getting stuck back here against a single sauce troop. Sauce Jaeger, excuse me. These guys have grenade bundles and MP40s, which I think the MP40 just got buffed. Can you believe he's holding off an entire platoon? My God. If he gets out of this one alive, I'll be shocked. Oh, that is brutal. Oh, what a mistake by Mother Russia. But he hit the R button. He finally goes down. Not after absolutely brutalizing the enemy. So our recon team's into the little village here, and we've got our FS Jaeger team here with their Panzerfaust just out of range of that M10. We've got armored rifles up here. Very strong teams. Putting some heat on our FS Jaeger teams who got caught out in the open. They're killing them off really fast. These are 30 points because they have dual MG34s. I brought in my own 251/9Ds because, again, they're just 20 points and I can call in a ton of them. I mean, it's awesome. 80 points and I got actually 100 points for what? We got 5 75mm howitzers. Not a bad deal. M10 spotting our Jaeger team. He's just backing off. We're seeing some trucks trying to roll into our zone here, and we've captured this with the help of Legel. I'm just going to go with that. I was trying to hit a half-track over here. It looks like I'd not changed that because I was probably zoomed in on the sector. Strelky team spotting us. We get the grenade bundle out, but the M10 is still putting fire on us. Grenade bundle does take out the Strelkies. Looks like we got a Centaur Mark IV in the back with resupply. Those things are super awesome. If you ever get a deck with Centaurs, just take them. No questions asked. It's about the Strelky Camaraderie here, and he gets knocked out. I'm going to try and hit the... oh, it looks like we lost one of our FS Jaeger teams trying to make it into the woods against those armored rifles. I'm going to try and lob some of these high explosive shells into this open top here. Not sure what that says in the front. Kind of cool that they do that. And we had a surrender. I'm not sure why he surrendered. I remember that happening in the match. I think we can use these guys to knock out this M10. So just playing devil's advocate here, if you're on the opposing team, what you'd really want to do is rush in AT guns and have machine guns up here, because you have a high ground, and you'd be able to stop me. But he got just infantry in here. He never got any AT guns. A 17-pounder up here would have caused major havoc. EO2 is knocked out by the 21D. Now, I haven't had great success using these against aircraft, but I figure, hey, why don't we use it like that M16 meat grinder and bring it up on the front line used against infantry? So I was trying to do in this match. 9D taking 50 cal fire. These guys are missing every shot. The M10 is reloading slowly. See, he keeps missing. M10 is destroyed by the Stug 3G. Well, we can't get a shot on, so that's the worst thing about these guys is their heat shell is 20% accuracy, same with the high explosive, so that's the risk you take. We lose an Oppel Blitz to the armored rifles. There's a 9D here, again, dropping more fire on him. And we got our Fallschirmjäger in here. Holding the line. Another Strelke team. That must be the one that surrendered us. I'm bringing in the 81mm Kurtz mortars. I really like these. They're super accurate up close. We got an M5A1 Stuart Recon, and they trade. I'll take that trade. Our FSA, I think due to the suppression from this 9D, we're able to pin the Strelke team and take this flag. So we've got 2 flags for the team so far. We're moving more of these FS Jaeger teams into strategic positions here now. Do they have Raider trait? They do, so they're harder to see too. They got very good stealth, so that's part of the reason I brought them in. Now you can get a disheartened infantry squad with an auto rifle and a light machine gun, but I figured I'd rather take these guys so they don't run away, especially if I'm using them in phase A. The 25mm getting rounds on my 9D, but goes down to the 75mm shell. Still dealing with a T-30-45 over here. I don't know if there's any more. Might have knocked him out. Panzerjäger Firefly heading to the front line. Those things are deadly. Stug 3 getting penned on our left flank. And it looks like a T-34-85 leader has shown up. So we'll have to deal with him. Now I walked up. A little Russian capture here. We'll see if we can pen this guy up close. We're to be within 500 meters, so I'm guessing that would be max penetration value for the 76.2. If he can walk up there quick enough. I am dropping 81s on him. You can see our radio range. These guys don't shoot very far. It's 1,800 meters, but 17 rounds a minute, and they're accurate, so I don't know, I still like him. So in phase B, which we're in now, I do get pioneers, leaders, and Sturm pioneers. I try and move them in to capture this sector. Another Strelke team goes down. We got T-34-85s all around us. We're lining up with the PAK-36R. You get that shot off. Oh, he does, and he kills the leader. That's huge. Our Sturm pioneers have managed to make it in without getting their trucks blown up. We'll see if they can get those Flammenwerfer 41s and use them to good effect. Now, I tried... Sometimes this works. I tried using the Seize command with this group and just found it not effective. I will say, I think if it was all green woods, it'd work better, but when you have light woods in between, you got to micro them more. So, just my experience. PAK-36R getting fired on by these T-34s. We're bouncing because we're at over 1,000 meters. So, we're probably going to die off and keep bouncing on that front arm. We do get a pen, but he's dead. It's okay, they're only 40 points. Right, 5-man team. 45 points. I feel like they used to be 40. Maybe it's just the deck. So, looks like we've done a great job of capturing this village back here. You hardly ever see that happen. Goal would be to capture these two flags over here too. So, enemy reconnaissance spotted, and we're kind of bunched up because I used that Seize command. So this, I think these are more Calliopes dropping rockets on us, doing some pretty decent damage. It takes out both of our Sturm Pioneer teams, and our leader and Pioneers are retreating with heavy damage. So that was an extremely good rocket strike by the enemy. But never fear, we've got Panzergren MP-44 teams coming in. These guys got Molotovs and MP-44s. They don't have an LMG, but that's the reason I'm bringing them in a half track and get that extended range against infantry. And we'll use that to good effect in this area. More rockets coming in. Not going to take your flags back with rockets, boys. Sorry. You need infantry on the ground, and you don't have it. I had to manually redirect another PAK-36R to the front line. Again, I think if you're dealing in these close ranges, there's no reason to spend the extra points in a PAK-40. Yeah, maybe it'd be nice here, but we've got PAK-40s over here. And I think I end up moving up the Jagdpanther and getting What is that, 4 or 5? Jag Panther. I think that's the name of it. Alright, so we're encountering an enemy leader here. Pioneer squad should be able to easily wipe him out. They might die in the process. And we found a Maxim. MP44 teams doing okay. Our 251/1 getting fired on by a jumbo on our left flank. Fortunately for us, he misses. We got more Stern Pioneers moving in. It's always nice to bring them in these Horch 108s because they move so fast. And IS-2 from Zeta moving in with a leader and a T-34-85. As you get close enough to get knocked out by our FS Jaeger team, stops right in time. Oh my gosh, Pack 40 snipes his transmission from the back. Is he going to kill him right here? Crew's panicked. And, oh, okay, so it's a Panzer 470V I brought in. So these guys are just out of range. I was really worried about them getting spotted and killed off, so I didn't move them. Like, this guy gets spotted and destroyed immediately. I think the 470V is specific to this division. See, I've got my Jag Panther here, too. If he moves that Firefly at all, we'll knock him out easy. And these guys have the KWK-42L70. Looks like they should have a radio, even though they don't, based on the antenna. Compen 185 with 130 mils of frontal armor. That's a nice tank for 130 points. I'd definitely take that over a Tiger. So the enemy's tanks getting knocked out by our equipment here. I've got 2 of these tank hunters in here and the Jag Panther. I start using them a bit more aggressively. The division might be a little bit overpowered because you get two double vetted Jag Panthers in Phase A. That's pretty strong. Plus these guys. Pack 36 is back into position to fire on the Firefly. And we knock him out with the 45-point Pack 36. We're just in range to use our MP44s. But he has dual DP28s, so we'll see how this goes. We are double vetted right now. Our MG34 team can't spot him. But now, again, the half-track getting some of that suppression fire in with his MG42. And we found the M16 over here, so we're going to need armor to take that out. And here comes more rocket fire. I think just behind my position because I just kept moving forward. And is a Calliope. So we lose the Pioneer team, almost lose the MG42 team. I wanted to get one here. Ducks coming in, or Jag Panthers spotting them now. Looking at my replay, I definitely could use some more reconnaissance up here since we lost that squad. Something I would change now. Our team being a bit conservative in pushing forward, they just kind of stopped in this forest here. I'm certain he could push into this zone and help me eliminate everything in here. More rockets coming in, and when you stop like that, that's when you become a target for rockets. I mean, you're just going to sit there and take losses. Sapper team surrenders to our Panzergren MP44s. Hurricane comes in and wipes out our Panzer 470V. He's smoking. We won't see him for a while. You haven't checked the tick timer. We're at the end of Phase B, and it's a 20-8. MG42 almost in position. We're spotting some engineers here. Engineers got more range than we do with our MP44s, and I got a second MG42 team here who's spotting this guy and single vetted, and so he will definitely be putting him under suppression quickly. Stappery getting spotted by us. I'm pulling back the MP44 teams. I don't want to get hit with that grenade bundle, or the TNT, excuse me. Unfortunately, I do, but he gets pinned and will be wiped out here shortly. I got a single Maxim up here who's now taking fire from the Pack 40. Engineers are destroyed and the Sappery has surrendered. We still have an M16 here. He's spotting my MG42. I really need a tank up there. This guy could really move his AB41 forward and help me out. But I doubt we'll see that happen. So I did bring in more recon. I have the Fallschirmjäger Scharfschütze. And it's a 3-man team with a G43 Rate of fire on this guy is 10 rounds a minute. Not too bad. I don't know what the K98 is. Lots of expensive armored rifles teams in here. Oh, they're only 20 points. Man, I thought there were more than that. They're good teams, but not against a bunch of MG34s and 42s. And we did finally find the enemy's artillery. There's ZIS-3s back here and another Calliope. If you guys haven't used these M16s for anti-infantry, I highly recommend it. They just rip, man. All right, looks like we're about to start getting some support from the team. Almost all the armored rifles just totally pinned down by these machine guns. Again, 5-point half-tracks can be useful, and our Fallschirmjäger MG34 team in range to start killing off these ZIS-3s. I was a bit scared to move him. I didn't want him to get ambushed, because you can see right here I could get ambushed from the side by an AT gun, so I didn't. If you're wondering why I'm not going after that, it's because I don't know what's in here right now. And remember, there's only 55 millimeters of armor on the side, so very heavy up front, but easy to kill from the side. So you've got another armored group in the upper left hand of your screen, and my Stug 3 has made it to the front line. We'll be able to finally take out that M16 who's been causing us trouble. Got some T-34, 85, 44 models here guarding the flag, but I mean, even these SS Geb Streif teams will be able to knock them out. Friendly rockets going on the artillery, and I'm pushing the MP44 team out just to make sure it's okay for the Jagdpanther to move forward. He is out of high explosive. I really wish he had some. I should have moved up these 21, this drilling MG151 to wipe these out, and this 9D, but I just, when you're playing the game, sometimes you get hyper fixated on the front line and you forget about your stuff in the back. So, spot another anti-aircraft unit back here. Looks like it's a 37 millimeter. Any tanks coming across are going to get ambushed by a Jagdpanther, and he shouldn't be ambushed because we got the MP44 team here. They also have a Panzerfaust too, so if he moves tanks in there, we can knock him out. M4A375W spotting the MG34 team, having to push back into the woods. But we do have this flag. Lots of T-34s on our right. Might take out my Stug 3. He's got an 85 in here, and he does. 88 not in position yet. It looks like we're getting one. IS-2 gets penned on the side by the Jagdpanther and misses. Goes into this little dip here on the hill. I would love those points at the end of the match here. We're under a minute left. And now I've got my 21D up, and you can see it's working kind of like that M16. We destroyed the 37 millimeter, and our Jagdpanther is in range to see that M4 Sherman gets a pen on him. Really love to get the points from this guy, though. 200 points. Spot a 25 millimeter anti-aircraft gun here. If we can take him out before the end. Somehow this IS-2 is spotting my Pioneer in here, and they're radar traded. They must have been firing earlier. T-34 trying to get the jump on the Jagdpanther. The time runs out, and we have a minor victory after 24 minutes and 4 seconds. We've got 17 out of 28 objectives. Let's see how we did here, and we absolutely crushed them. 1750 to 560, and you know, the guy next to me was running the same division. Did pretty good too. He just had a lot of losses. And then one dude in Spartan were playing with me. They did well. So let's take a look at what we killed. So the Jagdpanther lined up 2K on that road. Killed so much stuff here. Our LG-42 got 1 kill. 9D's taking out a couple squads. Our recon team takes out 2 squads. 21D takes out a squad and an aircraft. Another 9D taking out light tank and a half-track. Pack 36R takes out a T-34 leader and a Strelke team. Sturm Pioneers taking out a few. And these MP-44 teams did well. Took out a half-track with a Panzerfaust. Our 81 killed 2 units, including a Maxim, Pack 36, another Firefly, and T-34. FS Jaeger, MG-34 is taking out a few. Pioneer is taking out more. Stug 3G actually took out a few units, and our FG-42 team took out a few. We missed this Su-85 kill. Loss-wise, we lost a lot of these 20-point units from Phase A, a 9D, some of these 45-point Pack 36s. The Hurricane took out our Panzer 470V, and the T-34-85 took out our Stug 3G. So experience-wise, we did 15% of the kills with 7% of the casualties. That was super fun. What do you guys think about the new division? Is it something you like using? Do you think it's overpowered? Do you think it's well-balanced? Leave me a comment and let me know. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.